About 15 years ago, I had a brain infection that caused some extensive brain damage. Through a process called neuroplasticity, my brain rewired itself around the damaged parts. Besides being able to speak, walk, and read again, I sometimes now see shadowy, dark figures in the room with me. Sometimes they're animals. Sometimes they're people. They're too indistinct to make out facial features or clothing. The humans act oblivious of me, and most of them seem as if they're just passing by, purposefully. The animals interact. More than once, I have felt a cat jump on the bed and walk towards me, only to open my eyes and there's nothing there. Dogs will brush my leg under the table, and we don't have a dog. Sometimes instead of people or animals, there will be odors. The perfume of an older woman, or oranges, or hotel soap, localized to a specific place and unaffected by fans. At first, I thought they were latent memories being reactivated by a newly formed synapses. But they've happened in places I've never been, and more animals that I've ever known. I talked to both my therapist and neurologist about this, and both of them said pretty much the same thing. Who knows? Sometimes people with brain damage develop special abilities they've never had before, like speaking in a French accent, or suddenly being able to play piano. As long as they're not bothering me, why worry? I'm not worried, I just wonder what they are. Additional information. An unknown virus got into my brain and started an infection in the meninges, which slowly began to swell and block blood vessels to parts of the brain. Memory was the first to go, then motor skills, then verbal. Because the process was so slow, doctors thought it was an early onset Alzheimer's. When they finally realized it was a viral infection, and I got the meds, the mental degradation stopped. The doctors told my family the damage was permanent, and I'd still be a potato. However, my recovery was so phenomenal. Ironically, doctors now point to me and my brain as part of a UCSF study on Alzheimer's. My short-term memory only began working about 5 years ago. It was about that time the shadow people began to show up. First, it was a figure passing by in my peripheral vision. Then it was them ducking behind corners, or disappearing before I could catch a good look. Eventually, they just started appearing. Nonchalantly passing by, through a door, down a hallway, or just showing up to fade away. The animals, specifically cats, came first though, and would visit in bed. I've never felt any animosity or any type of recognition from the shadow people.